Hi, today we are going to talk about creative culture, and this is a workshop that is created for non-artists to be able to use creativity within their workplace. Through this workshop, we will gain a deeper understanding of what it means to be creative and how creativity can help bring a deeper understanding in oneself, a deeper understanding to one's team, and a deeper understanding to our target audience. The target audience for this workshop is mostly people who are in team settings or business settings. I know for me personally, I'm the only quote unquote creative on my team, and so a lot of times creative activities will kind of get sent to the cul-de-sac of the creative person. But we firmly believe that if everyone is participating in the creative process, you will have a stronger team. These workshops are an hour each. They can be completed back-to-back or one per week, whichever works better for your team. And the goal is to get creativity built into the DNA of the team, because we do believe that there's creativity in all of us and it does make us a stronger team. So let's look into that a bit more. We can see that in the workshop 1 is focused on understanding creativity and understanding that we are all made with creativity inside of us. And so we're debunking the creative myth that in order to be creative, you need to be an artist. But the truth is, each of us have creativity inside of us. And there's a fascinating video in this lesson by Ken Robinson talking about how education has killed creativity. So if you have a minute, definitely check that out. And then through this workshop, we're going to be building what it means to have creative confidence. The creative exercises for this are kind of starting if you can draw a square, a circle, a triangle. There's a lot you can communicate visually with. So there's an exercise about that. Then there's a post-it note exercise about using visual thinking in order to describe your day. And then there's also a square exercise. And this is a really neat one where you draw how others perceive you outside the square and then how you perceive yourself inside the square. And you can gain deeper understanding by looking at that. In the second workshop, we talk about how creativity synergizes teams. And in this workshop, we're going to talk about visual thinking, divergent thinking, and convergent thinking. And the exercises to make those come alive are building a sandwich that describes your team. And with visual thinking, we think it's important because there's things that happen when you visually have to put something down on paper that you don't always get when you're making a discussion or things like that. So we're hoping to kind of bring out some different elements that you normally wouldn't have. So doing something super creative out of the box, like making your team into a sandwich form and what that looks like, hopefully will bring some new insights you haven't had before. Another exercise in this lesson is mind mapping. Workshop number 3 is using creativity for understanding your target audience. And we believe that with visual thinking, there's more of an emotional component that comes through. And so using that in order to gain empathy towards your audience and to understand your audience in a different realm. And the creative exercises for this are creating an empathy map and also target audience superhero trading cards. So something, again, out of the box to try to get you to understand a different part that you might not normally. And then through this process, you'll go through the different workshops. They're sequential, they build off each other. And at the end of each one, you'll do an assessment and be reflective. And a lot of the reflective questions have to do with how can you incorporate this into your team? What can you do next week to start making your team more creative?